Good morning. How are we all doing today? I don't know what it is about today, but I am in a wonderful mood. I woke up this morning and I was like, yeah, today's gonna be a good day. Maybe it was because I slept for 12 hours. I went to bed at 9:30 at night, which so early. I'm not sure what, like, I do know why I was up. I was up at 7 a.m. that day, and, you know, right now in my life, it's been a while since I've had to get up at 7 a.m. So I was up at 7 a.m., and so by 9:30, I was out cold. And then I slept until 9:30 in the morning, so I got 12 hours of sleep, so I'm feeling great. The time is currently just about to be noon. I'm really trying to make the most out of my abundance of free time I seem to have right now. So there's a lot of stuff that I am trying to do with my time so that I'm not, like, you know, bored and being unproductive and lazy. Listen, people, the goal is don't be lazy. I have all this time, I have all this free time, and if I find that I'm not doing stuff with it, like, I'm just gonna hate my life. I'm somebody who likes to work. I need work to feel good about myself, and, like, I need to be doing something with my time if it's not school or work or something. So, like, being unemployed kind of, it stresses me out to be unemployed. Like, even while I was in Korea, I was trying to find jobs. Like, that's the type of person I am, is that I wanted to have a job by the time I came back, which didn't work out. The job market is awful right now. Like, it is an awful time to be trying to get into the workforce. So I've really been struggling with that and being unemployed and trying to make the most of it. So yeah, I am unemployed and it really sucks. So I'm gonna do my best to show you what I do during my days because I'm not working. You know, I got all this free time. I've been up since 9:30, and you know what I did? Nothing. I literally have been doing nothing. I've been up since 9:30, and I made myself a coffee and I plopped myself down right here, and I've been watching YouTube videos all morning. Anyways, welcome to the vlog. I'm in a wonderful mood, so we are going to make the best of it. I realized I was wearing my blue light goggles. Call them goggles. I realized I was wearing my blue light glasses that entire time that I was talking. I wear them because my eyes sting sometimes when I'm, like, on my computer. I've heard that blue light is very bad for you, so I bought those glasses like 2 years ago, and I still wear them when I'm on my computer for a long amount of time. Okay, listen, I know that I should probably get dressed, but, like, tell me this outfit doesn't kind of hit as is, you know? Like, the cropped sweater and these like tie-dye, like, sweatpants. Like, tell me this outfit doesn't kind of go hard. You're lying if you say you don't like this outfit. I did end up getting changed. I am wearing the same sweater though, because I like this sweater, and my other zip up is kind of dirty right now. So this is the OOTD of the day. These jeans are thrifted. I don't know where I got them. I don't know when I got them, but I believe it was over 2 years ago at this point. This sweater is the one I was wearing earlier today. It was a Christmas gift, and this shirt was thrifted from my mother. So thanks, Mom. You know, if the braids weren't so messy, I might consider keeping them, but I am going to take them out and brush out my hair. Let's take these braids out. These braids don't need to be in anymore. Let's take these out. I don't know if these turned out any good or not. Actually, I kind of like it. Oh, these totally turned out okay. Okay, let me brush them out though. At first glance, these do not look that bad, actually. I'm gonna brush them out a little bit and, like, kind of work with it a little, and we'll see what we end up with. Okay, I think my hair looks fine. Like, my problem is that I have a lot of hair. I have very thick hair, and I have quite a bit of it. So what I might do is, like, tuck some of it back, like, do, like, a half up and get rid of some of the excess hair that is making this look so thick. And then it might be okay. Today's a day where I want to do some makeup, so we're gonna do a little bit of makeup too. I have my mirror right here. You can hear it, but it's just off to the side here. I think you can barely see it in the frame. Okay, I don't mind this angle. I wanted this vlog to be a little bit more of like a handheld vlog and using my stand-up tripod rather than my big tall one, because I feel like it feels more natural this way if it's a little bit more like holding the tripod and like talking to you. Or I think relying on my tripod makes the vlog feel a little bit more smoother for some reason. I don't know, maybe that's just me, but I feel like when I vlog with my mini tripod, it feels more authentic for some reason to me. So I'm trying to vlog a little bit more with my little like handheld tripod rather than my big standing one. So I'm getting a little bit creative with the angles here. Today is actually a very gloomy day out, which kind of sucks because I'm somebody where like as soon as the weather is like remotely nice, I'm like crack the windows open. Like I'm somebody who loves any excuse to have my windows open. Today it's like super rainy and the weather's not that great, so I have my windows closed right now. I've been kind of disappointed by the weather here recently. When I got here, like when I just came back from Korea, the weather was really great for like the first couple of days that I was here, like mid to high teens and sunny and like good weather. And then it like plummeted and it got really cold and really just like not fun. And now I think we're slowly approaching the nice weather again, but it sucked because in Korea, the last like 2 weeks I was in Korea, it was like 22 degrees and sunny like every day, and then right after I left it got even nicer and it's only gotten warmer there and it's gotten so much colder here. Korea had like a really short spring because it went from being like really cold. We had about a week where it was like what I would consider spring weather, and then it got really hot and I was like, whoa. we just hit summer and it's March. I'm not doing anything crazy for makeup today. Like I think I'm honestly just gonna do a little bit of concealer, run some gel through my brows, curl my lashes, and put a little bit of mascara on, and I think we can call it a day. I'm trying to figure out what I want to have for lunch today because I actually have not eaten yet today. So I'm getting kind of hungry and my tummy is rumbling. My tummy is rumbling, so I really need to go grocery shopping. I didn't get the opportunity to. I've been away from the house pretty much all week this week. I have been at the trailer, you know, the trailer that I lived in over the summer last summer? I have been there. My skin is finally starting to recover. It was really not looking so great for like a good week and a half. My skin was really going through it. It is now just starting to clear up a little bit more, which I'm so happy about. I've been really on it with my skincare because my skin has been suffering so bad recently. I've really been struggling with that. So I've been working really hard to try and get my skin to go back to somewhat normal and clear it up as much as possible, but I love curling my lashes. I know there are going to be some people out there that are like, what is this death contraption that you're putting into your eyes right now? But there is something so wonderful about curling your lashes. I don't know what it is. I honestly think curling my lashes and like doing my mascara is like my favorite part of my makeup routine. Like, look at my lashes. Like, just curled. This is what they look like, just curled. I haven't even put the mascara on yet. Like, tell me these lashes are not hitting. Tell me these lashes do not look great. Like just pure lash, just curled them. Haven't even put mascara on. They look wonderful. I think on my face, the thing I'm least self-conscious about are my lashes. I love my eyelashes. They're very naturally long and they curl well and they hold the curl well. We just lost power. Cause like I heard it and what I saw was my lights turned off for, oh, we're back. Power's back, I can see.
Yeah, that was weird.
That was weird. We just lost power for like 30 seconds. But like I heard one of the generators make a funny sound. Okay, I did a little bit of makeup. I think we're looking good here. Welcome to my kitchen. I decided what I want for lunch. I'm gonna have a peanut butter and jelly sandwich, just like the old times. I have like half a loaf of bread that I need to get through because I got bread for me. It's just me and my dad who live together. And he doesn't really eat bread. So I have to get through an entire loaf of white bread by myself by the time this starts molding. And so far I've gotten through about maybe just under half and I really need to get on it. So peanut butter and jelly sandwich it is. It's a really big plate, but I don't have any small ones right now. I don't know where any of our small plates, I don't know where any of our small plates went, so I honestly don't think I ever grew out of my peanut butter and jelly phase in my life. I think I pretty much have eaten, I think I've eaten this sandwich, oh there's so much air in this, I can't leave it like that. I think I've eaten this sandwich pretty consistently since the time I was like 5 or 6 until now. like I never exactly left the stage in my life in which I consumed peanut butter and jelly sandwiches. I wonder if this is like healthy. Well, okay, let's not go that far. But I mean like healthier than something else I could have had for like, you know, think about it. Peanut butter, I mean, it's pretty processed and it's got a lot of sugar in it because it's not natural. I mean, the peanut butter, I mean, I'm not gonna try and defend this, I don't think. And same thing with the jam. Oh, this is pure strawberry jam. But I bet you the first ingredient is sugar. That's awful. Actually, yeah, never mind. I take back what I just said. Oh, I just put my finger right in that. Here. Oof, not actually a fan of straight peanut butter, I'm gonna be honest. Hello, I'm back at the desk. The glasses are back on, which is probably why you can't see my eyes. I'll take these off for a second. I am going to eat at my desk and finish watching that YouTube video that I stopped watching this morning, and then we will go from there. In the time it took for me to try and set up this shot, I lost power and then got power back again. But it's really not good for my computer to be like randomly like fully shutting off like that. It's better if I don't turn it on again for a while, because if I have to lose power like that again. Listen, I know some people find this kind of gross, and there are people in my life who I've talked to who've been like, I could never eat in my bed. Like, oh my god, I could never. Unfortunately, that's just not me. A habit that I had and then lost that I'm trying to get back again is drinking more water. Before I left for Korea, I think I was drinking about 3 or 4 of these a day. And honestly, I felt great, and like my skin looked really good, and like I felt good, and I find that the more water you drink, the more you actually start to crave water. I did actually really enjoy the amount of water I was drinking in a day. I was drinking, I'm not even kidding you, like 3 or 4 of these a day, and I felt good. Like I actually felt good. But then I went to Korea, and in Korea, they do not have like a drink water mentality. I don't know what it is. They do not drink a lot of water over there, especially like with their meals and stuff. Like, it is very uncommon to see people drinking water, which is like, I know that sounds weird, but it's the truth. And like the water that you get at meals are in like cups like this big. They have these little like metal cups that they use for all your water drinking, and it's like cups that are like this big, and it's like the size of those cups that you would get at like the dentist when you like use the water, like when you go use the water machine. And there are actually restaurants that I went to in Korea where if you ask for water, they would like direct you to where it is, and it was quite literally those tiny little plastic or like paper cups, those tiny little paper cups. Like, that's not a lot of water. That's like 1 or 2 big sips of water fit in those tiny like paper cups, and like that's what they would offer you. Or there were the little metal ones, but they were not much bigger. So they didn't really have a huge drinking water kind of culture. Like, they didn't drink water with their meals. They just didn't really have that. So I didn't drink a lot of water while I was in Korea. And now that I'm back home again, one of the things I wanted to start doing was go back to the amount of water I was drinking before I left. So far, I would say I've been doing all right. I have started putting ice in my water, which has helped, because if water is not super cold, I don't want it. Like, I grew up drinking water that was so cold, like, so I would put so much ice in my water that it would almost hurt to drink. That's the kind of water that I like. That's kind of how I like it. So anyways, if you haven't been drinking any water today, you should go and drink some water. It'll make you feel good. Put some ice in it if you can. It helps. I promise it does. Okay, I just finished eating dinner. It is grocery time. My dad and I are gonna head out and go do some groceries, so I'm actually very excited because I know what I want for dinner tonight, and I've been craving it for like a week and a half, so I'm gonna go to the grocery store and make sure I get all the stuff that I want. So anyways, off we go for groceries, and then when I come back, we will continue with our day. I'm out of just about everything. Like, I'm out of shampoo, I'm out of conditioner, I'm out of toothpaste, I'm out of deodorant. Like, I'm running out of everything right now, so I am in the hygiene aisle trying to do all that right now. Okay, we're back. Grocery shopping has been done. I drove there and back. Like, I did all the driving. I don't know if you knew this about me. I don't have my license. Fun fact about me is I don't enjoy driving, so I just don't. And I don't have my full license yet. I have my G1, which is like a Canada, I think it might just be limited, like on Canada/Ontario thing. It's equivalent to like a learner's permit. So like I can drive, but if somebody else is in the passenger seat who has their license, you know, like I can drive if they're in the passenger seat. There's a whole bunch of rules and stuff that apply to it. But I have been eligible to go and get my full license for like 2 years now. Like, I'm 18 years old, I'm turning 19 this year, and I still have not gotten my license yet, like my full license. Which is, I know it's bad, I know it's bad, but I just, like, I don't like driving. The thing is though, is that I just don't like driving. And people always chalk that up as like, oh, like I'm just nervous, or like I just don't like driving because I don't have enough experience. Like, I know how to drive. If you put me in front of the wheel, I can operate the motor vehicle. I just don't enjoy doing it. Like, it's not because I'm scared, it's not because I'm anxious, I just don't enjoy there's nothing about driving that like, I'm like, yeah, I would love to operate a motor vehicle every day for the rest of my life. Like, I'm not, maybe I'll change my mind. Maybe in like 5 years time, I'll look back at this video and be like, Quinn, you're such an idiot. But like, as it is right now, I don't like driving. I don't want to own a car. I don't want to be a driver. I'm not interested. But as per my father's request, I did drive to the grocery store and back. Because I have my learner's permit, and I probably should be practicing driving more. Like, he's right, I should be practicing driving more. I have my learner's permit, all that. It's hard for me to like want to, you know? Like, it's hard for me to want to do it, you know? Like, I don't want to drive. I just don't think it's for me. That's all. You know, is what it is. I don't know if this journal is like magic or something, or maybe manifesting is real. I choose to believe in it, but like maybe it's like, you know, the real deal. Every time that I journal, that I, you know, take the time out of my day to sit down and write about my issues and write about my problems and write about the things that I want, the things that I want for my life, and the things that like, when I actually like take the time to like talk about my struggles and things like that, things get solved. I don't know what it is. I don't know if maybe I just have a good head on my shoulders and I know how to problem solve and I know how to make the things that I want happen, you know, like maybe it's something like that. But maybe my journal is magic. Maybe manifesting is the real deal and that you should get on it. But like, anytime I have written about work or travel or my plans for the future or anything like that, like, things happen when I write about them. This journal goes back all the way to August of 2022. That's how long I've had this journal, almost 2 years. It is falling apart. Like, it is falling apart. But I am actually, like, I was determined to make journaling a part of my routine, and I honestly highly recommend it. I think I talked about this in the last video too. I've never stood behind something more, you know? I think maybe now that I've done some journaling and stuff, I think maybe I want to read for a little bit. I have been reading The Brothers Hawthorne. I have been getting back into reading. The last book I read was this one. This is The American Roommate Experiment by Elena Armaz. I'm gonna be honest, I was not a huge fan. I believe I rated it a 3 out of 5. I might even drop it to a 2.5 out of 5. It just was so, to me, it had nothing going for it. You know? Like, it just was so middle of the road. I finished this book in like 2 days because it was a very easy read. I just wasn't particularly interested in anything that was happening in this book basically the entire time. The main characters were unremarkable at best. Like, they just, like, I don't know. In my opinion, the main characters were like just unremarkable. Like, there was nothing special about Rosie or Lucas, the main characters. There was nothing about them that I actually enjoyed. And their entire dynamic was just very like watered down, kind of bland, kind of boring. Nothing about this book was enjoyable for me. Even the spice was kind of bland. Like, it was, yeah, I gave it a 3, but now that I'm talking about it, I'll probably give it a 2.5. Like, it just didn't really have anything going for it. I'm not sure I expected a whole lot from her because I read her first book and I read that and I kind of feel the same way I feel now about that one. Like, it was better. I will say The Spanish Love Deception is better than this book. I think I gave The Spanish Love Deception a 3.5, which I would stick by that. It was pretty good. Like, it was okay. Like, it was like, The Spanish Love Deception was like good-ish. But yeah, my opinion of The American Roommate Experiment isn't that great. I wouldn't recommend it. But I finished it a little while ago. I actually was on quite a bit of a reading kick while I was in Korea. I read 3 books while I was in Korea. The 3 books I read while I was in Korea were My Dark Vanessa, Call Me By Your Name, and Before the Coffee Gets Cold. Of the 3, Before the Coffee Gets Cold was the best one, by far. My Dark Vanessa would be like a close second. So I read 3 books while I was in Korea, and then I came back and I read The American Roommate Experiment. And now And now I started reading The Brothers Hawthorne the other day. Good morning! How is everyone today? It is the next day. I didn't really get up to anything too interesting after I was reading. Today, me and my mom are gonna go see Mamma Mia the musical, which I'm very excited about. So, off we go to go get ready. I have my window open so you can probably hear the birds outside. Every once in a while I'll wake up because the birds are chirping like so loud, but I don't know if it's just me, but I love musicals, movie musicals, like the plays, like all of them. I love stuff like that. I always have since the time I was a kid. Like I loved stuff like that. My favorite musical is definitely Heathers. That's like the first, I think Heathers was like the musical to like get me into musicals. Another musical that I really enjoy is Chicago and Moulin Rouge. The movie musical versions of Chicago and Moulin Rouge, I like grew up with those. My mom played those for me all the time when I was a kid, which is probably part of the reason I love musicals so much, is because she played them for me all the time. And then of course Mamma Mia came out and my mom started playing Mamma Mia all the time. And so that's another one I grew up on. I think I've seen Mamma Mia, like the movie musical. I honestly don't think I could count the amount of times I've seen Mamma Mia the movie musical. Like an absurd amount of times, definitely. Also, something I forgot to bring up, the reason I like Mamma Mia so much is because I am a huge ABBA fan. I love ABBA. Again, grew up listening to ABBA. I wanted to chat a little bit with you guys about some things that are kind of going on in my life right now. I have really been stressing about my future recently. There's definitely been a lot of conversations I've had to have, like, with myself about what I want and chasing my dreams and doing the things that I want to do, and, you know, the whole, like, life is too short. I think the whole idea of, like, life's too short is something that I've really been trying to live by. You know, like, I think there's so much that we as humans don't do or talk ourselves out of, or, you know, and try and like use logic to get out of. And like, I honestly think that life is too short. I mean, I cannot believe that I'm already 18 and I've graduated high school, and these things seemed so far away. You know, like, these are things that I've thought about, like being a high school student and like that, all that. Like, these are things that I've thought about for years. Like, oh my gosh, one day I'm not going to be in school anymore, and one day I'm going to be going to university and like working and like, you know, all these things. And it's like it's here already. Everything that I've always thought about, like my future, like in the future, or, you know, all the things that feel so far away, they come up so fast. I think I feel this pressure to make every day fun and to have like the best gap year I could possibly have, and like, and especially, and like just to like have some sort of purpose. And I have really been struggling, as I've been struggling to find a job and to get back into working. Like, I really have been hard on myself about these things. You know, like, I've really been stressing about things that I think in the long term will just not be as important, you know, like this day-to-day stuff. The other thing that I've really been struggling with is university and going back to school. You know, I applied to a bunch of universities. I got into a lot of universities. I got scholarships and things like that. I applied to all these schools. I got into all these schools, and now it's coming time to make my decision of where I'm going to university. And I've really been struggling with that. My dream is to go to school in Korea. I mean, like, I absolutely have fallen in love with that country and that culture, and I want to go back so bad, and I would absolutely love to go to school there. So right now it's a matter of making a decision on something that's confirmed and finalized versus uncertainty, right? I think it's the uncertainty that is really tripping me out a little bit, because I have gotten into schools here. You know, I got into my top choice of my Canadian university, my #1 Canadian university top choice. I got in. So now I have to make a choice between going with that certainty, going with that familiarity, going with the certain choice, versus chasing a dream. you know, and I talk to my parents, and it's very obvious that they want me to go with the certainty. They want me to go to the #1 ranked Canadian university, a top 20 school. They want me to do what has already been certain, and they want me to do what has already been laid out for me, you know? And I was talking to my mom, and she was like, go there for 1 year, and if you don't like it, if you don't enjoy it, if you decide you want something different, you can transfer. Which, I mean, is not bad advice. I mean, that's great advice, and it's honestly, like, it's really made me think about maybe I go to this school for 1 year, and if I'm not in love with it and I still want to go to Korea, I can transfer, but I just, it's not what I've envisioned for myself, you know? It's not what I pictured. I know it's not what I pictured, you know? Like, it's, you know, even while I was in Korea, I was telling people, like, I was like, I'm gonna come back, I'm gonna go to school here, like, I'm gonna come back, I'm gonna go to Korea, like, that, I had already been telling people that, and so, and also the other part of it is that a lot of the Korean universities, you apply in the spring for the following fall. My top choice for Korean university, I apply in the fall and I would go in the spring. But there are some other schools where you can only apply for the fall and you have to apply in the spring for the fall. It would mean taking another gap year. It would be 2 years off school versus 1.5 years. If I go to my top school, if I go to my top Korean school and I get in for the spring, it would only be 1.5 years. But a lot of the other Korean universities are 2 years. Like, it would be 2 gap years before I get in. And part of the reason I'm bringing this up right now is because the deadline to commit to my top Canadian university is tomorrow. Meaning I have to make my decision today. Yeah, I don't know. I just thought I would talk a little bit about that because it just feels like something that I want to talk to my audience about. Maybe just, you know, so that they know that at the end of the day, like, it's okay to not have all the answers. It's okay to not know what you're doing. You know, it's okay to take a chance, I think. I don't know. You can let me know your thoughts in the comments. I mean, by the time that this vlog comes out, the choice will already have been made. It will have to be because the deadline is tomorrow and this vlog is not coming out today. But I would still love to know your thoughts if you made it this far and you listened to my little rant. I would love to know what you think. So, I'll see you next time. Bye!